Hey guys, it's Yukon, and the kids sent me out here to the woodpile to investigate some large prints they said they saw out here that they didn't recognize. So I thought, well, while I was out here, I'd give you a recap on some information that I found. And I've said several times that I probably can't find enough people to fill a ski lift that agree with me that this planet is in danger of heading into a new ice age. But don't listen to me. Listen to Mother Nature. All around you, it seems that Ice Age creatures are just popping out of the woodwork. Found word this afternoon that researchers in Death Valley had dug up samples for climate research several years ago. And these samples sat around in a lab for an unknown number of years, didn't state exactly how many, until a young, unknown researcher decided to take a look at them. And amazingly, what this researcher found was that there were living bacteria in those samples. And these bacteria appear to be 34,000 years old, which means these are living relics of the last ice age. The researcher, who's now an assistant professor at the University of Hawaii, named Brian Schubert, thinks that there may actually even be a microscopic ecosystem living within these salt crystals at the bottom of Death Valley since the last ice age, and that these bacteria have gone into a state of hibernation since the last ice age. He has since revived them, and they've actually reproduced. So these are 34,000-year-old mothers and fathers, and boy, I'll tell you, as a father who's slightly younger than that, I wish them the best of luck in the world, because I about daily have a heart attack around here. I also wanted to point out the research being done by Japanese scientists. They have announced now that within the next 5 years, they plan to clone a mammoth. They're working with scientists from Russia. They're going to be taking samples from Russian mastodon carcasses found in the frozen Siberian wastelands. And their plan is to take DNA out of those frozen mammoth carcass cells, to take an elephant egg and remove the DNA from the elephant egg and replace it with DNA from the mammoth egg, and then implant that egg into the body of a female elephant. Wow. Amazing. Scientist Akira Iritani, professor of Kyoto University, says that preparations now are underway, and they're actually using the technique that was the work of Professor Wakayama, who had perfected a new technique to extract frozen DNA from long dead cells. And the research he carried out was on a mouse that had died, I believe, 16 years before, and he was able to extract DNA from that mouse, implant it into a living mouse, and clone that 16-year-old dead mouse. So we are certainly living in interesting times, and the science is just unbelievable. It's our technological prowess is just growing by leaps and bounds. So we could very well have woolly mammoths walking among us within the next 5 years. And I was going to come out here and have a look at these prints here that these kids... Oh, wow. Look at that. It's too big to be deer. Or bear, even. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, I've been in the woods and the bush all over North America since I was a sprite, and I cannot make out exactly what those prints are. If any of you know what that could be, please drop me a PM. There's more of them. Look, they just carry on up there. This is a very large creature. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. What could that... That's amazing. Seem to be heading up this way. Well, those are just giant prints. I mean, those are clearly not human. Wow. What is that smell? What is that? What? Kids, get in the house!